Here we go.
As we proceed to give you what you need, welcome to The Breakdown with OSO and Ace. We are your host. I am the unimitatable, slightly relatable, yet oh so dateable, the one and only Ace One, my partner in crime, down to ride with a comment that snide, the dastardly deacon of dissent, DJ Oh So Fresh.
I'm convinced I'm a mythical creature just like a dragon. Let me say that. Mythical creature just like a dragon.
Mythical creature. Okay.
Yes, I mean,
right.
hey, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm not, but I am a dragon. I mean, but you could be my precious. As a listener, you are my precious. This is The Breakdown with OSO and Ace.
That's how much we appreciate y'all.
How you living, Ace?
I'm living well. I'm living hot right now.
It is hot in here. Let me tell you why it's hot in here, because I'm recording in my house right now, and if I turn the AC on, you would hear the AC, and I want to make sure that my voice is the most booming thing you hear.
Next to mine.
Yeah,
next to mine.
Next to yours. Yeah. This guy. You know, women are emailing me pictures of their panties when this guy talks.
Why are you not forwarding that?
Because I don't want to get you too hyped up. I want your head to get too big.
All right, I see you holding out for my safety. Right. It's for my benefit.
Jesse Jackson was running for president last time you got action.
Nice.
I have an amazing show for you today. We have an amazing show for you
indeed.
because
yes.
it's a dynamic duo. There is no Robin, just two Batmans, my friend.
Yes.
You know, today we're going to talk about Apple. They have become the bad guys. They used to be the good guys. They used to be this underdog story. 20 years ago, they were underdogs.
Right.
Now, they are the bad guys.
Born in a garage in Northern California.
Somebody took their Kool-Aid and said, I'm not drinking it, and threw it back on them. There is a stain on Apple's shirt today. And my Blazers, because, you know, we do this from Portland, even though I live in Vancouver, but which is only a few miles away. Ain't no BC in this word game. The Portland Trail Blazers have made the playoffs. It is the most amazing comeback, and we're going to talk about a couple things in the bubble. And to join us today, we have EA from the Analyze This podcast.
Right.
My friend, my brother. I think I met this man. I think I was 8-9 years old because he used to live down the street from me.
Okay.
So, long-time friend.
Long-time road dog.
And he talks too much. So when you're listening to the show, EA, you talk too much. So,
but we're bringing you on anyway.
Let me tell you how to get in touch with the man with the silky smooth voice. If you want to talk to Ace, or if you want to text your panties somewhere, it's 971-209-2069. And also, if you want to hear more of us, we know you wanna. I know you wanna. If this is the first time you're coming in contact, you can go to osoandace.com and listen to our whole archive, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, I wouldn't say it's all ugly. It's the good, the bad, and the handsome. We're just gonna go from there.
Yeah. You know what? There's nothing visual about it. It's just audio, so I can't say it's ugly.
Right.
And I don't. And you know what? I don't make any. We don't make any fart jokes or anything like that. That was my old show.
I mean, honestly, when you break it down, we can make it whatever we want to make it. It's the good, the bad, and the just amazingly gorgeous as far as I'm concerned, really and truly.
Oh, the bold and the beautiful.
And there's our 80s reference.
Because I'll tell you right now, it is bold, beautiful, it's young and restless, and I keep speaking as the world turns because my voice is that guiding light. And if you talk too much, I will put you in a general hospital because you are not going to get in the way of me living the days of my life. That's how it goes.
Yes. Snaps for James.
The wordplay is ridiculous. I gotta tell you, I'm living in Portland. The homicide rate is up, and white people are fighting hard for me. You know that I really appreciate the fact that you feel like my Black Lives Matters and stuff. But please don't burn down the police station, because as a property owner, I expect those people to protect my stuff. And I'm saying as a person who owns any piece of property, whether it be a computer, a car, a house, or whatever, I cannot defund them because some black man will come steal my stuff if they are not around. I don't want my brothers and sisters being abused. I don't want systemic racism, but I just want to say, hey, if you set fire to the police station, they are well within their rights to put a cap in you. That's just what I'm saying. Hey, that's just what it is.
You know, defund doesn't mean like getting rid of the police though. Like if something gets stolen, like that's what they should come out for. You know, if you get robbed or you get assaulted or whatever, that's what they should come out for. If there's someone with like, you know, mental issues that's, you know, yelling out on the street corner, we don't necessarily need the police for that. That's where the defund part comes from. You need to get the people who can actually help them out there and have the money for those services to be able to help those people better than a cop just coming and putting them in jail over the weekend and then letting them out, because then it's going to happen next week.
We do need to put more into mental health. And, you know, if you're truly a good member of your community, if you see somebody out on the street with a mental problem or something like that, man, figure out if you can do something to help.
Right.
Really take a look at yourself and figure out maybe I can do something to help this person. So maybe maybe the police can get to solving crimes, because my car stereo got stolen. They couldn't solve that crime.
Right.
So I want them to spend more time on my car stereo.
Right.
Just saying.
It's reallocating the funds to where they need to go more effectively. Yes.
Because, you know, you as a person, instead of protesting and setting stuff on fire, you can be effective and you could go help somebody on the street. You can get that man a meal, or you can connect that man with services that will help him. You can do that.
That is very true.
That's way more effective than standing outside trying to burn stuff down. Now, I do have to tell you, for me, I've had something that changed my life, and this is no endorsement at all. But if you use the Cash App, you got the Cash App?
I do have the Cash App.
I mean, because we all have the Cash App, we all have Venmo, we all
PayPal.
We have all of that.
Right.
So what we run into is with the Cash App, I actually, you know, they trying to influence you to sign up for the card. They've told you to sign up for the Cash App card.
I've seen that ad many times. Yes.
I actually have the card now.
Okay.
It is amazing.
You like it?
When you get the card, they give you these booster coupons. So every time you use the card, like, I get 15% off at Taco Bell, Chipotle, nothing good for you, Taco Bell, whatever. But with the card,
tastes good.
Every week they give me $5, just straight $5 off a purchase.
Right.
And then, you know, when I went to the grocery store yesterday, 10% off.
Nice.
So I got myself a couple pork steaks, some Fanta, and some shrimp salad at 10% off.
Okay.
You know, I spent $20, and there was $1.80 sitting there for me. Don't ask me to do math. Math is hard, but I'm just saying, it is such an amazing thing. And once again, that is no type of endorsement at all.
Today's show is unofficially sponsored by Cash App. Get your Cash App today.
Yeah, no, it is no endorsement at all. But if Cash App, if you're listening,
I mean,
if the sound of my voice tickles your ears, Cash App, I really want you to endorse my show.
Hey, let's go. Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
All right, so some progress on the ride and dirty. I finally, after a 2.5 hour conversation with the DMV, I finally have my plates coming from my car. I should have them next week. It's just insane because of everything going on with COVID. You can't just go into DMV and talk to somebody. No. The offices are open, but only on appointment and only on certain things. And so everywhere I called, everywhere I tried to email, it's like, yeah, just go onto the website. Well, going to the website, they want me to send in my fee and the paperwork to pay for the plates.
It's horrible going to the website.
It's
the website is not informative enough. It's not very intuitive.
No, not at all.
The website looks like if somebody wrote it in the 90s, they still would have done a bad job.
Well, and the thing is also, so like, I mean, one, because I got the new car, like the fees for the plates were already included in that. So I'm not trying to pay again. And the only other option that I was given was to pay for a trip permit, so that way I would have, more leeway.
No, hold on. I just have to ask, because I was saying, former DMV worker. So you bought the car at a dealership?
Yes.
Yeah, they were supposed to process your paperwork.
Yeah, and they did. They told me they sent it in. When I actually called into DMV, like it wound up getting sent to the wrong address. And the just all of that whole circle of paperwork and figuring out where they were supposed to go, it just got lost in the system.
Now I'll tell you, black man, our people hail from tropical climates, but we're not nomadic. So stop moving around.
All I know is I am glad that, especially now that I have a permanent mailing address as a P.O. box, they can go ahead and send it to that. So I will have my plates next week, and I will be official and not have to worry about the cops for that reason.
Now you know, you're what I appreciate about you is you're a very laid back and cool guy, but at some point, some things grind your gears.
Man, oh yeah, because we were talking about this earlier, and especially dealing in retail. I mean, I've got over 20 years experience working in retail, and you know, you got to have a thick skin. 2, you have to make sure that you have patience, you know, that you have that calm demeanor, you know, which I am proud to say that is normally one of my strengths. I had a guy this just a couple days ago that he pushed that button, and I seriously, I knew I was not going to, but just the fact that I had gotten to the point where I wanted to physically punch him in the face.
Let me tell you, how tall are you again?
6'3".
This guy's 6'3". Like if it was ever implied, or if I ever got some body language that he wanted to punch me, I'm grabbing something. I don't have time to figure out how well you can fight.
Don't want to take that chance.
All it takes is a lucky Little House on the Prairie punch, and I'm out. You know.
Good night, Jim Bob.
I'm not trying to go out like Nelly from the little store.
Nah, he was condescending, and like I especially with the situation that happens in the store. Many times I'm talking with a customer and going over details for like an hour and a half, 2 hours to explain everything. We worked in the Apple store together. You know how that goes. And you know,
buying a phone is almost as horrible as buying a car.
I mean, it can be, and like he was one of those customers that just heard what he wanted to hear, and then came back and told me the amount that I quoted him was for the wrong phone, even though we rebuilt the quote and that it was the same price as the phone that he got. But it was you were
trying to keep from.
Man, and yeah, his whole demeanor and attitude just really set me off. But yeah, I will say we got everything taken care of, and even if he wasn't overly happy, he at least was still still good to go at the end.
Hey, bro, you make it worth losing my job.
Nah. Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I'm not, as much as I wanted to hit him, I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to get fired. Like, I'm not trying to go through all of that, regardless of how it is.
I think the biggest thing, something we both stand by. I do never want to be that black man that can't control his temper.
Right.
That is, because that's the most horrible portrayal of me. And I don't just represent myself. A lot of times, because I live in a predominantly white area, I represent everybody.
Exactly.
You know, so exactly. If I lose my temper in public, they go, that's the way they act. Yes.
See, this is why we can't trust them. And
that's why that's why their lives don't matter, because you know what? It only takes a little bit to set them off. Yeah. I'm very justified.
Despite all these people getting upset because they got to wear a mask.
You know,
whatever.
It's cool. I'm happy you beat down Rodney King, because you know what? That's how they act.
Yeah, man. God, that'll be our 90s reference for the show.
Well, I'll take it to 2020. That's why George Floyd got that, because that's how they act. That's how they act. I don't go too deep, but I don't want to go too deep. But man, that body cam footage wasn't too good for George. We tried to put you in the car, homie. Anyway, so what'd you end up doing with him?
I mean, like, we got the situation, not even so much taken care of. I just had to explain it 3 times to the point where he would understand what the bill was supposed to be, and it was exactly what I told him. He was more upset just the fact that there was a cheaper phone, but I told him the 2 phones, and he went with the more expensive one.
See, he doesn't listen to the show, because I've been told many times that you do not fix bills.
I don't.
That you do not fix bills.
I don't.
There's no discounts.
No, not even. Well, and it's if what we decided on was what you said you wanted, don't get upset just because you found out there's a cheaper phone. I gave you the option, and you chose the more expensive option.
What kind of phone did you get?
It was an 11 Pro, but it was the 256 versus the 64.
Okay. So you got an iPhone, because I was really going to just be an Android hater right there. If you have an Android phone,
no, you got an iPhone.
If you have an Android phone, I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid, but question your life choices, sir. Bam. So, as promised, you know what? I want to bring on a guest.
We need to analyze something.
Yeah. I want to bring on a guest, and you know what? It's crazy because this guy has actually co-hosted this show with me before.
Nice.
He's a buddy from back in the day.
Reached the voicemail box of 503-890-73.
It's live radio. You were super faulty, my friend.
I'm ready.
I told you to be ready. See, he's not representing my race very well either.
I'm always ready.
I'm always ready.
That's what he said. Where we at? We need the Jeopardy. The
You know, it's funny. We making fun of you right now because you're always ready, and we went to voicemail the first time we called you. I gotta give a shout out to my man EA from the Analyze This podcast. I mean, really, this man, the myth, the legend. Totally, much respect for this guy. Super entrepreneur, whether it be music, a host, or just an influencer. You know, I mean, this guy is too much, man. This guy's put people on, and this guy is so full of himself. He wants to do his own intro, but we'll give him applause again. How are you living? How are you living, my friend?
Man, I'm in Manchester Beach, man, giving in to my friends, and it's still stupendous.
You know, I was at your house, and you do have a Super Nintendo, but you do not have a Sega Genesis.
Don't tell him, man. I got him in
Got Genesis Master System.
I got, you know, I'm sitting here. I got my NES Advantage, so you know I'm big balling.
Wow.
You know, I gotta tell you that me and this man go back to the days of Clyde Drexler, and I'm calling him because he is an expert on the Trailblazers.
Yes.
And I need. Can you tell me something about what has happened in the bubble as of late?
Man, I am right there live on the bubble, bro. You know, I am a fellow podcaster. I analyze pretty much everything, man. That's how you guys can find me. Just type in "analyze this," and there you can find me, and I'm analyzing everything. But about them Blazers, though, and them Blazers is red hot right now, man. Red hot. If I was the Lakers, I would be like really worried about them, like really worried. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the bubble.
You know, because I mean, LeBron, he's fighting for that GOAT status. He's really fighting for that GOAT. And let me tell you something, player. If you listen to my podcast, it ain't gonna happen. I watched The Last Dance. Your career ain't that interesting.
I'm a Blazer fan.
I'm
for the Blazers.
You know what? It'll be the first time since '77.
Okay, so as a Laker fan, though, I got to chime in here
because
I'm from Los Angeles, die-hard Laker fan. I bleed purple and gold. Hold up. No. So with the Blazers and the Grizzlies, I will honestly say that I would have liked the Grizzlies better than the Blazers as that first round matchup. Because the Lakers and the Blazers, and I've been a fan since '83, like they always go at it. They bring out the best in each other. I honestly think it's going to go to 6 games. I'm not like, we're just going to crush it all. Like, no. I think it's going to go to 6 games. I think the Lakers are going to pull it out, but I think Dame is going to just go crazy. And he and CJ are going to be a problem.
The Lakers have pull out game like Sean Kemp. It's not going to work. They're not going to pull it out.
Well, look. I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm a diehard Blazer fan. I know it sounds weird and stuff, but I am also a diehard gambler too. Right? I love to bet on the sports action.
Don't incriminate yourself.
So I'm sorry. I hope that's not X-rated, or I hope the SEC doesn't hurt me about that. But as far as a gambling guy, I gotta go with the Lakers on this, and I'm gonna give you guys a sports tip. I'm gonna give you. Take a suite. If you're a real gambling guy, if you really want to do some real, you want to be a millionaire right now, bet the Lakers Bet the Lakers to sweep the Blazers.
Wow.
And I'm a Blazer fan, so I hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings.
Hey, bro, you ain't hurt my feelings. I think we just became best friends. What up?
You know,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes,
shoot, if
sir.
you're worried about hurting people's feelings, don't ever pick up a microphone. Oh, wait, I mean, but what do you think about Thoughtville down there? I mean, they won't let it become Thoughtville down there in the bubble.
Yeah, that side chick band.
Oh, what's the side chick? Talk to me. I don't.
Oh, you didn't know about
the
you didn't know about the side chick, man? So if they're starting to let families come into the bubble, but if you do not have a pre-existing relationship with somebody that you want to bring to the bubble,
they ain't coming.
They ain't coming.
Oh, wow. That means it's like, yeah. So people gonna have to be. So people gonna be knocking other people's chicks that's there.
Well, I mean more so than anything. Like it's not that you can't bring out James and them and Auntie Poo Poo and all of that. And you can't bring the side chicks. You have to it's close family, and that's it.
Right. I take it 10 steps. I take it 10 steps further. So that means that anybody that's there is that's all that is available. So you got all these vultures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
open season on everybody else's wife.
But I think the hard part is when you find out. The hard part is when you find out that you are a side chick.
Wow. Yeah, you thinking you about to get that invite?
You thought you was down like 4 flats.
So I'm about to go to the playoffs. I'm gonna watch my baby.
Adam Silver says you were not approved. Hey, EA,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bub.
No, I was about to cue you off, so I'm saying go ahead.
Kill me off, bro.
Nah, I'll say no.
Say
I mean,
what you gonna say.
I'm saying run down to analyze this information one more time, so
know
everybody
where they
knows
can get you.
how to get in touch with you, because obviously you're amazing talent when it comes to picking up this microphone. And if they want more, tell them how to get there.
Sir. If you want more, man, follow me on all social media platforms. Analyze this topic. And then the YouTube is where I really start, because that's where my distributors point me to tell you to go. That's where they want me to tell you to go. It's to the YouTube. So analyze this topic. Get in there, man. I'm talking about the battle of depression and mental health, African American. It's all about furthering the culture, bro. So that's what I'm about. I really like furthering the culture, bro. So I appreciate being on the platform, man. I'm a fan, bro. I've been listening since the other days. You know what I mean? So
I went to your house. I went to your house. You had my rookie card. I was like, cool, thank you.
Nice. There it is.
So one thing. So let me end it by giving your accolade, man. Fresh is the freshest guy on the planet. He's a man of multi-talents, man. Like, you think I got talents? I could be nothing without this guy, because that's the guy I go to when I need that boost. So, hey, bro.
See, that's how you give people their roses.
It's like Boost Mobile. Where you at?
Bro, I value, love you, and appreciate this. Appreciate everything. And thanks for having me on, bro.
Hey, you the best of the best, fam. We gonna get on something this week. Appreciate you having on the show, man.
Much love. Yeah.
Lakers and folks.
I'm down. Hey, let's do it.
Traitor.
Let's do it.
Peace, folks.
Peace.
So that guy.
My dude.
That guy just sold out my team. So there's one other thing I got to get to, because sometimes we talk about stuff in the beginning and I miss it,
and we don't get to it at the end.
There's something that's going on that's really big that could totally change how your phone works. Is that Apple and the makers of Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite because I suck at games, but Apple and the makers of Fortnite are in a fight.
They beefing.
And Apple said, "Oh, you want to put Fortnite on here? We're going to take Fortnite off." Because the way things work with Apple gets 30% of everything you do.
Right.
I mean, really, it's like you ever seen Goodfellas? F you, pay me. That's basically what Apple is. But
platform transaction fees.
I don't want to say it's just Apple, because they actually. Epic Games has that problem with the Google Play Store too. Right. So if you are decrepit and have an Android, you have the same problem. So basically, it's the in-game, because the Fortnite game is free.
Right.
But the in-game currency where they've put people in the poorhouse.
All of those in-app transactions. Yeah.
Those for you to buy $10 worth of in-game currency on the App Store, you actually only get $7 worth of currency, because Apple takes 30% of that.
Right.
So if you're playing like on a PC or I think even on an Xbox,
Possibly,
Xbox or PlayStation, you put $10 in, you're going to get $10 worth of stuff. On your phone, you're going to get $7.99 worth of stuff. And what they did was, and I don't know how computer savvy you are, but if you remember this, Apple had a famous commercial. It's called 1984, where this lady comes in and they when they introduced the Macintosh, they totally broke. This lady comes in and totally breaks the screen. She breaks the screen open, and they made it seem like this big old communist thing was going on.
Representing Big Brother, and
and then Epic Games, they come back and they get Fortnite characters and they remake the Apple commercial and put Apple up on the screen. And just put my people on blast. I got more Apple products than most people, but man, I can see where you're coming from.
So yes, I can see where you're coming from because they obviously want to be able to go ahead and get more of the pie. However, like when we were talking about it earlier, you knew what the cost of business was when you signed the contract. Like when you went into the deal, that it's going to be 30%, right? And same thing on the Google side. So, like, how are you going to be upset at it now?
Y'all sounding like Scottie Pippen on The Last Dance right now. Right. You signed the deal.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it's just, if you feel like your product's that good, make your own phone. Because we all grew up playing Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo, if you wanted to make a game, they had to approve the game, and they had to manufacture the cartridge.
Yep.
Everything went through Nintendo.
Yep.
If you wanted to be on Nintendo, you had to play their way.
Yep.
And a company tried to go around it. There's actually Atari tried to go around that and made their own cartridges. They're very unique, but you can find Atari Nintendo cartridges that are totally different.
Okay.
But everybody else said, hey, this is what it is. Nintendo is getting a fair share. I mean, games were like $40 back then.
Right.
Nintendo was at least getting 30% of that because they got the manufacturing costs and the licensing costs.
Yep.
So, hey, man.
I mean, and there were people that said, no, we don't want to go ahead and do this. And that's why some games didn't come to the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And as a Nintendo owner, I was pissed at some of that,
Yeah, but the thing was, for any console that you're on, you have to go through that.
Exactly.
Any Xbox game you have, anything.
Standard business practice.
Now, the in-app purchases, I don't think Sony and Microsoft take a cut of that. But to be honest with you, in-app purchases are not the most healthy thing ever. Because it really bothers me when I buy a game and then all of a sudden I have to deal with an in-app purchase.
Right.
I'd rather you just sell it to me, but I see what the hustle is.
Yeah.
Because really, let me tell you something about yourself, Epic Games. I think what you do is you prey on children.
Yeah. A lot of video game makers will do that, and
Fortnite really preys on children.
Yeah.
But I can't really. I guess I'm kind of sidestepping. I'm kind of going all over the place because really, when it comes to preying on children, Apple is a co-conspirator in that they're having a hard time deciding who gets the most of the money because they're all predators. I mean, why don't you guys just get Vans and say have candy on have candy on the side
instead of candy? It's like, hey, you want this new skin for your gun?
So we gotta wrap it up, Ace.
Yeah. This was a good show. I had a lot of fun. This was cool.
Tell me something good.
Tell me something good. The Operation Swole is in effect. I just started working out a couple of weeks ago, so I'm feeling sore as a heck. But it's going to be good. We're not working towards a beach body. We're working towards a whole new lifestyle and a mindset and just trying to get healthy. So y'all need to do the same out there. Get off the couch, get active, do what you got to do, but get healthy.
And you can be in touch with me and Ace. It's 971-209-2069. If you made it this far into the show, you must love the show. Go into the back catalog. It is osoandace.com. How they get in touch on social?
At OSO and Ace on Instagram and Twitter. osoandace@gmail.com. You can go ahead and catch us on numbers.fm every second and fourth Sunday. We got it on Spotify. We got it on Google Play Music. We got it on Apple Podcasts. Check us out. You're going to love it.
You have no excuse to not be listening.
There it is.
For me, Oh So Fresh, and that guy Ace.
Deuces.
Peace.